Why fairies?
I think I know why.
Exactly. We know. Actually, we were like basically book lovers. We still are.
We definitely.
Bookworms, fantasy lovers. Fantasy
I'm
books
reading
lovers.
about fairies at the moment.
Period.
Like now.
Period.
Listening, actually, but
Period. I'm reading as well, like the ACOTAR series now, and it's actually about fairies. So,
but it's like, you know what's the thing? I feel like if someone that doesn't read fantasies, you talk about fairies, they think of like Tinkerbell. You know?
It's not like that.
But if you read about fairies, you know that they're like, you know,
hot people.
Hot people. Incredibly hot people with like weird ears and magical powers But we need to be careful because he didn't even finish the series.
I'm on a second book of the series. I'm loving it. It's been a while since I've read fantasy, so it's an experience.
Honestly.
And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Today's topic is like our love for books. How it started for you, for me.
I feel like yours developed, mine didn't. I always read the same things, but I love them.
Period.
Like I eat them up.
Period.
Enemies to lovers specifically. I don't like anything about like second chance.
We don't
friends
care.
To lovers. There's something for me magical about people that hate each other for no reason.
I can't.
It's so hard to me. And then they're like, I need to chill because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But like,
okay.
I love this. I love enemies to lovers in all formats.
Period.
Fantasies, non-fantasy. I don't like grown-up books.
Publishing houses, listen when creating a new series.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up because they're only doing that at the moment.
Please. But yeah, like basically, I don't know when I started. I think I've got into books because of you. I got obsessed over books because of her. Like I think the first series that I started reading was Shadowhunter, I think. Fantasy.
That was something.
It was a fantasy. It was like 5 books.
It was the first time that I binge read. How is it? That I started binging reading.
Yeah,
whatever.
Books.
I was like, open the book and I was like, you know the Harry Potter thing, like, or it's like, okay, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I'm gonna read and read and read again. And now, if I think about it, it was so basic.
The Shadowhunter.
Yeah.
Oof, it's gonna be controversial.
It's weird as fuck. And I just remember passing the world, you know, to her, and she was like, okay, yeah. Whatever.
Bro, I was like...
I've never seen her face after that. She was constantly like this. Like, constantly.
I used to go to everything, toilet, reading still. I didn't want to stop. And it was like a little bit of competition with myself as well because I wanted to finish it as soon as possible.
It made no sense. Like, I remember, this is wild. There was this trilogy, okay, that we started reading together or you started later. I don't remember the logistics, okay? I just remember that this series took over my life. My life in the sense that I would only stop only when I was eating because I was not allowed to have anything. But I was reading it on a tablet. So even when I was in the toilet, I would still read. Okay, so that's how intense it was.
Yeah.
Until late at night. And I'm like, I'm keep on reading these books. And I call her, and she's just like 1.5 books more than me. And I'm like, how physically?
Dark times.
When are you reading? Like, I'm reading all the time. Either you're reading like super sweet.
When I was at night, instead of going to sleep, I was literally using like this super small...
The smallest
smallest
Nokia. Like this type of small.
Literally, my brother has to wear glasses, and I don't, which is crazy thinking about how the words were this big.
It's gonna catch you one day.
Maybe one day in the future when I, who knows? But like it was so iconic because literally I was so obsessed. And when I learned, I don't know if I can tell this, but when I learned how to download free books online, that was over. I became like do you know the one in Disney Channel series when like
I'm bypassing the. Literally, I remember that because I was never able to do it, you know. I would call her, she would download the book and then send it to me.
Yeah, just give me the name.
And back in the days on like, oh my God, I'm so fragile after this. The Wattpad. And everything was like for free. You could literally find like a serious book that was not fan fiction.
Was better, I feel.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, Wattpad back in the days when we were kids, like 15 years ago. No, yeah, kind of.
Not 10.
10 years ago. I think it was different than, I don't know, I haven't been using it in ages, but like I feel like we could find any book.
No, I downloaded it recently.
So is it any different though?
Crazy different.
Right?
Like there's some dark shit. There's stuff there. Very dark. Very dark.
I think I love that. It was like great. Wattpad, honestly, creators can like write their books for free.
Comments. I remember that I would like literally read something insane, click on the comment to think if people
can commenting on
commented thought the same, you know, or like the fan cast. They would put literally the fan cast before even starting to read the book, and you're like, who is this guy? Like,
it's just like,
who is this guy? Yeah. Then you read the book and you imagine them actually. Most of the times.
It was iconic, to be honest. Like the episodes, a lot of writers kind of like had the breakthrough through Wattpad. And
yeah, like the lady from
so many.
No, Wattpad, no.
After Anna Todd, she started from there. But honestly, for us, I couldn't go out. Like I was too young to do anything. And that was my hobby. Like that was my everything, basically.
Even now, I'm literally so old to go out. But like I decide not to go out. Like just to read.
To read. Now we have Kindles. We are like upgraded.
Honestly.
We have Kindles. It's iconic. But I remember like literally reading. I couldn't stay up at night. Like obviously every once in a while they would come and check me. And it's so funny because thankfully that phone wasn't that bright. Like I don't know, there was something about the screen light that it wasn't happening. So every time it was so funny to read until 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And then every once in a while they would like, one of my parents would like come and check like this, and I would be like, how is it like?
Why would they even check? Because surely you did something.
I didn't do anything. Maybe they were going to the toilet and since they're there, they just check me if I'm
maybe you're like like reading a nice
maybe the light, I don't know, but or maybe they knew that I was reading obviously they knew that I was reading a lot, so they would just check on me. But the good part with the phones is that you could keep on reading. You just have to pretend to sleep.
My parents would never believe me. I think I sleep in a different way than what I sleeping think. And they know how I sleep. Because every single time, I promise you, I fake sleep, like you know, they always catch me. Like, when are you gonna go to sleep? And I'm like, how did you even know? Like, I think maybe I smile a little bit.
Die, bro. I can't.
I smile a little bit when I fake sleep.
Fake sleeping.
You know?
Maybe you were reading a nice story and you were like,
no, I think in the mood. Because the fear of getting caught.
Oh, yeah.
Is like, you know, like this.
That's crazy.
But yeah, every time I could never.
I love that.
They would never believe me. Never. I was never able.
It's iconic.
I wish though.
That's how I read lots of books, like staying up at night, and then I would go back to school in the morning with like high bags. But I couldn't care. I was addicted. Addicted. Like,
you know what's the thing that is happening to me lately? And I don't know if it says something about me or the books I'm reading. Like it could be maybe 9-book series, okay? And again, specifically it needs to be enemies to lovers. Otherwise it won't get my attention. I won't click. I won't buy. So like I start the series and maybe they're enemies for 3 books. So you get me there. You know? I'm like,
yeah.
When you
lose
get lovers,
interest, no?
At the 5th book they start loving each other. They have problems. Keep having problems. And you have me there, you know? When they become lovers for real, like you know that they won't separate, I lose attention.
Boring.
I lose attention. Like, can you believe I got to the 9th book of a series?
See,
I didn't finish the book.
That's it.
I I did something so bad.
What?
I
You
went to the
spoiled
end.
it. I knew it.
I went to the end. I was like, I just want them to see with their babies.
I knew it.
Like, I don't care. I don't care about the battle. Like, we know they're gonna win. We know they're gonna win. I don't care. But it's happening so often. I had it with another series that it was 5 books. Got to the third one. Everybody loved each other. I was like, bored. Someone's gonna die. Okay, I will find out.
But because we know already, we read so many series that we know the deal. So we just like, keep me interested. Like,
no.
I understand completely, you know, you're just like, you get to the point where you're like, okay, I get it. Let's move on. You know, next. You just like, but can we talk about like okay, so you should like enemies to lover. It makes me laugh so much because she pointed out years ago the fact that I always read like about characters, extremely weird situations.
Very weird.
Very weird. I don't know what, but I feel like I get bored otherwise. Like, give me something.
Okay.
I know what she's gonna say. Oh,
there's 2 books.
I think that what you're gonna say because we are on video. On video.
Well, because I can't say something that will be cancelled.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Okay. So I don't even know if I can say it.
Just
okay. So one day she recommended this specific book. Was like just like the childhood friends, and of course they were gonna love each other at one point. And I was like, okay, kind of bored because they like each other from the very beginning, you know? So it's like, why am I reading something I can live? You know, I don't like it. I want this thing like,
give me something.
Everything is against us type of thing. And it was not fantasy. So then it was, I'm not going to say anything else because I'm literally going behind bars if I say it. But the end was so crazy, as in everything bad that can happen to a person happened to both of them, you know? So I was crying just out of like, what the hell? Like, so much stuff is happening.
I wasn't sure it would hit you the same. Like
it was a dark day. It was a dark day. I was sick. I was sick publicly. And I went back home and I thought, okay, let me just read my book and chill. No, I did not chill. I cried for them and for me. I cried for all of us. But that was dramatic. After that, her books, I'm not gonna read it. Even the Archer's voice.
Yeah. Oh my God. Basically, maybe that's why I like it, because man be
like, shut up. No.
I'm sorry, okay.
No, but it was like,
it's a story, it's fiction.
If it's a book about a couple and he's not talking, what is happening here?
And that tells a lot about my character there. The male lead, the whole point was him not basically. So basically, something happened. He cannot talk anymore. He meets a girl. There is a lot of drama behind his past, whatever, and her past as well. And luckily, she has her father. He's basically, he doesn't talk as well, so she learned the sign language.
She has the okay. No, but generally, I thought about it. I did not think. This is so bad.
But okay, listen. Basically, she learned she knew the sign language, so that's how she started to communicate with him, and this whole thing. But I agree, it's a little bit weird.
And in the book, it's like, and I asked him like this. I really need to read a page.
Basically, what happens? Yeah, basically, she talks to him through sign language, and he's just. But it's a lovely story because, like, I'm not gonna spoil this if people wanna read it.
Everybody read it already. It's literally one of.
I didn't know it was that because I read it like years and years back.
Years back. Everywhere.
I loved it because I went there without like having no expectations, and then the story got like interesting and it hooked me because it was different. Like, give me something different.
Yeah. Like what does it say about our love languages? That's scary. To me, that's scary because I like hatred. What the hell?
Ooh.
Like, I love when he treats her so bad, but she reciprocates, you know? I find it so attractive. And then the moment that you know that they're going to fall in love, and then they become like this powerful duo. But somehow lately, I'm just bored. I'm like,
I feel like we read so many books that now it's hard to to find a story that like kind of catches your attention.
And with enemies to lovers, they need to have a reason to hate each other.
Of
you
course,
know,
yeah.
and it works 80% out of 100 only in fantasy, because it's like they hate each other because maybe like they're like
something happened.
She's a this and he is a werewolf or whatever. Like that there's a reason why they would hate each other. But if in normal life, in reality, there's not a reason for you to be able to hate each other that bad. Like,
yeah.
if I hate you that bad, I'm not gonna touch you. Like,
exactly. It's more like
stay away from
hatred.
me.
If it's hatred, it's hatred. There's no. It's hard. It's. I don't know. I never actually seen that happening. So, might happen.
I don't think.
Have you ever think about it? Have you seen that happening?
In real life?
In real life, like.
Let me think. Like a couple that I know that they hate each other.
Yeah, if it happens, around you. I never
hate it. No.
Like that thing. I don't know. I feel like it's hard. It might happen, but I feel like it's harder.
But I always feel like fiction. In real life, when they're bickering, that's some tension.
Okay.
Definitely. With, for me, if I bicker with you, I'm not attracted to you. It means I low-key hate you. Like, I don't like you at all, and I don't want you to touch me. But sometimes, it happens. A friend of yours is like, that there's some weird energy with it. You almost feel it. You sense
frustration.
It's like, and your hair is like this, and your hair is like, okay, like, you like each other. But it depends on the type of. It's more like flirting in that way. But hate? No, I hope not as well. Like, I don't think I've ever seen.
That's why, because in fictions, things that work in fiction, they don't work in real, but they don't work in real life most of the time. If you think about it, like things that actually happen in books happen to us in real life, or like to people around us. We were like, what the F?
What the hell? Yeah. And if you were ever that mean to me, to my face, I will never forget it. I will never, let alone love you. I will be like, if you touch me, I think, oh, the time you told me to, like, do this, or like, you said this to me, it doesn't work. Crazy. But in books, it's magical. There's not a person that wouldn't like it. I know for certain I can hook people on enemies to lovers. Anyone. Anyone. Literally anyone.
I'm thinking like the plots of the stories that I've read, actually. I think mine was just more like, you have a problem. No.
You like humans.
Aww.
You like humans. You like the psychology.
Yeah.
Or that have like depth to them. You don't like a stereotype. You like the unveiling the story. Why is this person not talking? Why is there a problem? No, I'm not joking. Like, why is there a problem?
Story, yeah.
You're interested in the depth of the character.
Period.
I am not. Like, no, it's true. I'm not interested. Okay. I want you to say the tropes, the things. Who did this to you? I'm here. I'm here. I love it. I love it.
Okay, I got it.
Like the same, the male leads of like the last 10 books, they're literally copy and paste. But it's gonna hit the same.
Different name.
Every single, kind of. Lately, it's literally similar.
Same thing, same stories.
That's why I need you to read like Fourth Wing.
I'm gonna get through ACOTAR first.
ACOTAR is gonna change you as a woman.
I'm gonna finish ACOTAR. The first book I've really enjoyed. And when maybe we'll review it when I would do like a book tag to see and talk about the characters and stuff. But it's been a while since I've read the fantasy, and I'm enjoying it very much.
That's very much crazy for like all the people out there, like
my people.
The knowledge that you have the ACOTAR book, and she's just basically
started
at the bottom of the mountain, quite literally,
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many things. I waited 2 years for her to read the first book, and it just makes me emotional, It's like, what the hell? Like, we're gonna talk for so long.
It's gonna be so nice.
Everything and everyone, but I
literally don't know what's gonna happen now. I'm very confused about everything, because it's like, what is this gonna take me? What is this gonna take me? But I'm here for the ride. For a while, I haven't read like, I feel like I've betrayed the fantasy world. I was very into like
it's magical. you know, I've
Kinda
looked
dark.
on in the internet. I'm like, why am I looking for for fantasy, sci-fi? Like, why can I not read about reality? You know what is that's why? Because you want to escape from reality.
Of course.
Like that bad. And I was like,
course.
whoa, like, am I living bad? Like,
No, I
why-
think it's just like normality. Like, why would you?
yeah, but like
You already
only
live it.
reading about fantasy.
I get it. To be honest, I get it.
And you know, I think I have. If I well, okay, wait. If you were in a fantasy book, what do you think you would be?
What do you
The
mean?
role. You know that you have the roles in a fantasy, like main character, the female, male character, secondary people, mean, and people that die immediately.
Okay, I know who I would be.
Who would you be?
I would be the secondary secondary character, female, that is like
The
a
best
bitch.
friend.
No, like the beach one. Come si chiama?
Nesta.
Nesta. I think I would be Nesta.
I could never see you.
I don't know much about the story, but like because like I don't think I would be the female lead.
People. She's on the second book. No, because literally, like you're on the second book, and she.
Yeah, I'm basing myself off the first book, or what I've known about Nesta, but
you would be her.
Yeah, I think I would be more like of the difficult type female. What do you think I would be? Who do you think we would be?
I think you would be one of the bad B.
But I wouldn't like not the girl, the main lead.
But I don't think you would be the dark character.
Either.
Nesta is dark. Dark.
Okay. I'm basing myself. I would be Nesta based off the first book. Who would you be?
In ACOTAR?
ACOTAR, any fantasy book, really. Like
I think the type of person I would be, I'm not a fighter. I'm not.
Gone.
I'm not.
The first.
Put me like some politician.
I don't want
like strategists, but like I can never see myself with a sword.
Ooh,
what do I use the sword? I would literally like be like, ah.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes.
I cannot. I would feel like someone like organizing, and maybe at the end, she just sacrificed.
In the god, you know the goddess, yeah, goddess.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Who would you be? The Cassandra.
This is hard.
No,
but like she cannot love anyone. That's sad. Do you remember? She cannot love anyone.
I never like she's very lucky to that.
We're talking about another series.
Another series. It's fine.
The Star-Crossed
series.
Dreamless, and Goddess, Timeless, Endless, and Science. We did not read all of these books.
We stopped at the trilogy.
The trilogy that was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
These ones are the new ones.
We stopped.
We finished Timeless, and it's by Josephina Angelini. Okay.
Shout out to her.
Underrated. Shout out. I think like if you literally send her a message on TikTok, she will reply.
Aww. We love you.
There's not that many messages.
We love you, girl.
Cute. But yeah, in that series, so complicated.
Okay, tell me who would you be and who was your favorite male? I already know.
Favorite male character of all life?
No, of the Star-Crossed series.
Oh my god,
I know already.
Hector.
Period. I knew it!
For a couple of years, that was the name of my firstborn son. Like, there's no way. I loved him. I
knew it.
There, in that series, I would be the Asian friend.
Okay. Really?
Definitely. Who else would you be? The mother is crazy.
I see her as
She's a Cassandra. So sad girl. First of all,
she was so like on another level.
But she was a child, first of all. And they were all saying like how she would not be a woman. Like, you know?
Yeah, it was kind
of... And nobody would understand anything. Can you imagine? She's a child. No, but she's a child. She cannot be like a woman or something. She cannot love anyone. And when she can, she gets Daphne? Not Daphne. Helen. Second.
Who's Daphne? The mother.
Yeah, second, sloppy second. Which, hot, but still, like, I'm number one. You know, I'm not the second choice. No.
I like the story, though.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I feel like Lucas, I loved him when I was a kid, but then the more I reread it,
boring.
Luca is the male main character. He does not talk that much.
Boring.
Think about it. He doesn't talk that much.
Lucas, boring, sorry. Hector, vibes.
Who is your best? Okay, wait. Who is your favorite of all time?
I don't know, girly.
I'm gonna give it to Helen. I think no.
Ellen, really?
No, I'm lying. Farah.
Okay. Really?
Farah is a bad.
So far, she's like a little bit boring.
You're literally. I'm telling you, you're at the bottom of the mountain, Marta. Remember these words.
I hope it's gonna change. I hope it's gonna
It will.
change.
It will. You're gonna literally
Love
hear
her.
what you just said.
Okay, yes.
The last
exciting.
15 minutes, and you're gonna be like,
Exciting, guys.
no, but
It's exciting.
that's crazy work. What you said.
It's hard to be like. We need to go back and choose, and maybe when we come back for a book talk, we can talk about our favorite characters. But we need to go through the dark times. It's so much.
So dark
talk
now.
about. Yeah.
It's so dark. I feel like I read everything that was good.
maybe
Nice,
maybe it's our time to create our stories.
Oh no, I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised.
But honestly, vibes.
I think they should stop fairies, vampires, werewolves. Let us put something fresh, like something that you need to describe what race they are. Like I'm tired.
A new creature.
A new creature. Like I need to focus on what you're saying.
Read about vampires.
What about witches?
Werewolves.
What about witches? Witches are underrated.
True.
Like nobody. Wait, no, but a man that is a wizard. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you can make it fun. You can make it interesting. Something new, different, I would say. Oh. But we had aliens, we had werewolf, we had vampires.
Aliens. That series of the aliens made me fall in love with the banter. It was the first time that I was like, oh my god,
that was iconic. That's kind of like weird. That's why we're a little bit weirdos. The
dragons with fourth wing. It was so refreshing because it's like dragons. Unless you watch Game of Thrones, and that was difficult. Because the dragons grew up like after what, 5 seasons?
Yeah.
And then they did what they did, okay? And they ruined everything. But House of the Dragon, but in books you don't have that
vibe.
That vibe. And to give you the feeling that you didn't read it.
I don't know if I will. I don't know. Maybe I will.
I literally was picking the color of my dragon after reading that.
That's so cute.
I know the color of my dragon.
You have a thing for dragons, to be honest.
Love them.
Yeah.
If I had a dragon, it would be done for everybody. I literally like, what did you say about my outfit?
Vroom. What did she say? Like,
Dracarys.
Yeah, the queen. What did she say? Like, to
burn them.
Yeah.
Dracarys.
Period.
Which literally means fire. No, but I would never. I would have a black dragon, fat ass, big dragon. Like, you know, the like big ones. I want people to be
just
scared.
Show up at work with that.
You park your dragon.
And that would be iconic if we had like dragons.
To be
in real life instead of cars.
You know, it would be cool to think about, but like. Then, like, it's scary if you think about it. You're in the sky.
I will have.
How are you holding up? Like, there's so much that would be scary.
I don't think I would be able to fly because I have a thing with like. I think I would faint, so it will be pointless to have a dragon.
But if you have a dragon, you're in sync, so he will never let you die.
Yeah, I know, but like I feel like it would take me a while to get used to the being.
If I had thank God we don't have a dragons, because I'm sure if I had one, I wouldn't have a man. I wouldn't have anyone.
So iconic, so cute. I would love.
Always protected.
That's an idea. That's an idea right there.
I feel like you would have either red
dragon,
red or green.
Period. I love that both. But to be honest, okay, so, what about fantasy books? Yeah, the experiences. Yeah, so basically. I have a core memory together. That is when we had, I was reading Shadowhunters. We were together. Basically, it was 6 books. And at the last one, it was supposed to drop the same year that I finished it.
18th of June.
Period. And we went on, like literally, guys, that's our childhood. Like instead of being on the iPad, we weren't iPad kids. We were like can I have 20 euros so I can go and get this book? Yeah. And we literally had 20 euros. We were the happiest kids in this planet.
This universe.
This universe. We went to La Mondadori. Shout out to Mondadori.
Close, by the way.
Yeah, iconic. And we bought it. We went together. It was like 1,000 pages, and it was the happiest, one of the happiest day of my life, basically.
Would you? Me too. Me too. And at first, we didn't find the book, and then we found it, and it's like, it's here. It's here. But you know what's the weird thing as well? It's like, would you be able to reread that series?
No.
I don't think I would.
But that's the good part. Like, we kind of like outgrew the books.
Is it though? Because there's a lot of series that I read that I would actually reread at 24. You know?
I think this is kind of like a nice metaphor for life. There are some things that you can go through to experience it once, and that's enough. And then you don't feel like you want to go there ever again. Like, it was enough. We understood.
Literally.
We understood, yes.
Literally.
But, yeah, so basically, I think it's very interesting. And I think, like, also the POV of, like, a female writer, it's completely different if you think about it.
They ruined man for us.
They're, like, completely, like, okay, yeah, literally, like, the standards in books.
Thank God they stopped love triangles.
Oh, I hate that.
It was a time that it was just love triangles.
Never gonna catch me read that. Never gonna catch me.
And now there's some wild stuff that I literally cannot say for legal reasons.
Period.
The things that they're putting in books lately, it's like, it made you think of like, whoa.
I'm scared.
Like,
I will literally, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I enjoy it immensely. Like, I love it. I love it. And I'm not talking like about, you know, it's just different weird things.
Okay.
It's like,
but like in the storyline. Realistic or not?
No, we're crazy.
Okay.
They could never happen. But you're like, okay.
Okay.
That's the mind of a woman. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, they described, you know what's the thing? Now I feel like they're adding more layers and topics, and like different people can relate to these types of books, especially because they're such like
it's so
broad series, you know, 8-10 books. It's good that you put a variety of different characters, you know? Makes sense. And before, it was so toxic. It was so toxic.
The storyline.
Girl, after the first draft.
That was so scary.
The first draft of After on Wattpad, it's so crazy because I used to talk with Marta on the phone thinking, this is insane. I'm going to read it, like I'm going to finish it. But this is crazy. The fact that young girls, mind you, I was a young girl, are going to think that this is normal.
Love that. I found it very disturbing after.
And imagine if you were Harry Styles.
Yeah.
And a woman is writing a book and you are a literal psycho. That's not okay. I don't think that's nice.
That's why I think, that's why they changed the name as well when they did the series. But obviously, I feel like, you know, with these type of stories, they would never, that and love triangles, they would never be able, I was never be able to get interested, like get hooked. Like,
you would get annoyed.
Literally so annoying. I feel like when they made such a crazy stories where the male lead was like completely crazy, like crazy stuff.
I want smart women. Smart women.
I was like,
otherwise
even
pissed off.
Like, I feel like it becomes so fiction that you're just like, okay, I'm reading actually a book. I cannot even imagine anymore. I don't enjoy it. It's not an enjoyable experience for me. I don't like any of
you. No, but it's like with love triangles, I always thought that it was a waste of time because I know who is the choice. Like, I know. Like, even Simon and Jace, it's like,
Shadowhunters. And then can we talk about the fact that always the female lead, she never, first of all, she's ugly, but she's not.
She feels ugly, but then she's the hottest woman on earth.
Like, what's going on, first of all? What does that mean? And then all of a sudden, everybody's interested? Like, what's going on?
All of them are.
What is everybody? Like, it's literally just her on.
But
La última Coca-Cola del desierto, how do they say it? Like, literally.
I eat it up, though. I eat it up the moment that everybody thinks she's hot. I'm like, yeah, girl.
You give me something, though. You need to give me something, because, like, Come on, give me a reason. Why? What happened?
I would love for a book to start with a woman that has confidence. You know?
Ooh, that's profound.
They always start that they're like, I like nobody noticed me, you know? I never had a boyfriend. I never did this. I don't have I don't have boobs. You know? Stuff like that. And then they're
all of a sudden
they're boss people. But I don't love it.
I agree. That's a good.
Farah was a bad beat from the first
from the beginning.
page.
She is, yeah.
From the first, and she's a baby. She's like what, 17, 18?
16, I think.
No.
19.
Surely she's not 16. No.
Either 16 or 19 for sure.
She's 19.
Okay.
Let's say she's 19 because that.
You have to say it, isn't it?
No. Otherwise, it's like kind of weird.
Okay.
But
yeah,
she stands on business from the first page until the very last. Love her. But I don't know. I don't understand why they're so insecure. But then they become confident. Not because they work on themselves, but because a man all of a sudden is like, I can keep my hands off you. And it's like, it doesn't happen like that in real life, you know? In real life, it's literally like,
they're traumatized.
I feel like this is how.
That's how you get confident.
No.
Traumatized.
I will slap you.
Period.
I'll be like, you
Period.
know? But in real life, it happens that you just feel, from my personal experience, you feel like a basic person. And one day, you have a mirror in front of you and you look deep in it, in your own eyes, and you're like, listen, I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. It's just like, it would be nice if they described it this way.
Yeah. But we had you remember, yeah. It was iconic with all the picture. We had fun. We didn't have like all of that. Like we focused on living life.
We played with kids, you know, we went outside. You know,
so fun. So
we were doing dances to show people, not on a phone. You know, it's like, you know, a beast.
Yeah, I guess baddies. Thank you for watching.
Baddies goes for me.
Thank you so much for the production behind this camera. We'll catch up soon. Thank you.